Thanks for coming in. I know things are pretty crazy right now with the holidays and the new spikes and cases.
Oh, it's no problem. There's actually something kind of important that I wanted to talk about during today's session.
I think I can guess what you want to talk about. Come, sit down. So you're here because you saw the new Matrix movie. I know because I watched it too. I'm happy to discuss it during the session today, but first I must present you with a choice. The red pill is a Tylenol, which will alleviate headache symptoms. The blue pill is a Xanax, which... Oh, okay, you just went ahead and took them both.
Yep.
Well, that's probably for the best. The next part is going to hurt really bad.
Yeah. Wait, what? What the fuck?
Jesus, this looks like that movie I just watched. Tartarus.
Tartarus? Where are we? Oh my goodness. Welcome to the desert of the real Japer Hat. What's going on?
We're in these are the slime tubes of reality. We were swimming in the false consciousness of a late capitalist simulation
of ideology.
In a horrible world where the Wachowski sisters are forced to make a fourth Matrix movie when they didn't want to.
Oh my god, what a horrible nightmare. Thank God we've woken up in the real world where it's the year 1997. And they haven't, and Bound is the only film they've ever made.
And Bound is the #1 picture in America 5 years running.
Oh my god. Bound 2? Bound 3? Wow, they've really... Oh my god.
You got Bound 2, Rebound, Bound 3, Airbounds.
Jesus. Bound 4, Boundaries.
That one, I thought that one was a little too heady. I thought it was a little...
a little philosophical.
They kind of spent a lot of time just sitting around in long chairs talking.
Yeah. Well... I'm trying to... I mean, this whole thing has been so exciting. I feel like I kind of lost sight of what I originally even came in here to talk about. So, something to do with resurrection.
Oh, you must be talking about that movie that just came out here in 1997.
Oh, yeah. Alien Resurrection. Yeah, absolutely. The
theatrical cut, because it's 1997... and the special edition cut in 2003 didn't come out yet.
Yeah, it doesn't exist yet. I'm excited to eventually watch it. I hear that there are so many funny little changes that make it much more cartoony and much more of a stupid movie, which I think is good.
I heard that in the future they're gonna have a cut of the other one too, that David Fincher said fuck off to making, and so they just recut it without asking him.
Oh my god. I feel like I remember, like, the sort of quadrilogy release just having a very suspicious lack of Fincher. Just kind of...
I have the box. I have the box set. I have it here with me. Let's say I pull it out in these tubes.
It takes 2 years to open, but it's good.
It takes 2 years to open. It's the Hellraiser box. There's 12 discs in it.
It's insane.
Every disc has 5 copies of the movie. Only two. Each one only has 2 editions. All of them recut completely differently. There's like 20 making of special features for each film.
Yeah, it's a delight. It's a treat for the Alien superfan, which I consider myself.
And then one of the discs has both Ocarina of Time and the weird ROM hack version that Nintendo put out only in Japan originally.
It's so weird. There's another disc that has Lego Island 2 on it. I don't really know what that has to do with anything necessarily, but there's also you get free trial access to internet through AOL on that one as well. Really, really fantastic. Really exciting.
It's also got, hold on, there's another pocket I never opened up before. Oh, it's a Slipknot CD.
Oh, shit. It actually has radio functionality, the box set. You can just tune into your favorite FM station and, walk around with it over your shoulder like a boombox.
It also counts as a weapon, because if you drop it on someone's head, it will kill them.
If you unfurl it completely, it's like a Bloodborne whip. You just have to, whip it around your head and, cleave someone's head off.
literally any movie that you would want to watch in it, you have to unfold it like 4 times.
It's debilitating. It's like such a problem. But I'm such a fan of that box set. That was like, I don't know, just the sheer amount of content. And during the sort of era of just like the Peter Jackson DVD releases of just like, we need like 200 years of content related to this like 2-hour film.
Oh, yeah, no, honestly, going through it just reminded me that like, oh fuck, I miss DVDs. Like I miss the physical, the experience of pulling out a DVD and like looking over all the weird booklets and like looking at all the special features. Yeah. It's such a like, it's so different than just downloading a movie and putting it on a Plex, which is fun.
Yeah.
And also allows me to watch movies that I will never own on DVD because they did a 5 DVD print run in like the UK.
Jay, what is your like familiarity? What's your fandom level with like the Alien series? Like,
what... Oh, I was a huge Alien quadrilogy series fan. Like enough so that I was one of those people who was like, yeah, Legendary Frog, get 'em. They really fucked it up with Alien versus Predator. That's when the series started to go downhill.
Oh man, they really that, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of ostensibly in agreement. I really, anything AVP and onward, I kind of can't really get on board with, including Prometheus and Quantum of Solace. What was the fucking other one called?
Alien Covenant.
Covenant.
That I actually just downloaded both of those. So I never saw them because by the time I found out Prometheus was an Alien movie, I had lost any fucking interest in watching it.
Yeah.
Because it looked really boring, and finding out that it was an Alien movie actually made it sound more boring.
It's pretty bad. It's okay. So I mean, like, I've spent my life thinking about the Alien series, and it's kind of interesting to see the progression because they're all like trying to do something kind of fundamentally different from one another. Alien 1 is this like absolutely inimitable classic thriller that's like genuinely really scary and like horrifying and like, you know, suspenseful. And then there's obviously the James Cameron Aliens, which is, you know, kind of a shoot 'em up like classic action movie. You know, much remarked upon as far as just like how smart of a decision that was to kind of take the series in that direction and to do something new with it. Alien 3 is different because it's angry.
It's the Lunatics Unleashed one.
It's fucked up, bro.
It's rewatching it after, and I only saw the theatrical cut, so I haven't seen the special edition, which apparently fixes a lot of the problems of the film.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, this is so edgy, and like I hate to use edgy as like a pejorative way because I'm an edgelord at heart.
Yeah.
But like, there's just a point at which you're watching. There's a point. The point is when the guy goes to sexually assault Ridley and he puts his rape goggles on, and that's the point where you're like, come on.
He literally he puts on his special rape goggles and does his like I'm about to rape yell. It
literally plays out like the most tasteless 2004 comedy bit you could think of. And it's played like completely seriously. And the biggest thing I can give the film credit for is that they do pull back at that point and the guys get their shit kicked in.
Yeah, they get totally rocked.
But the fact that just the way that scene plays out is so just like, come on, man. Like, dude. What?
It's fucking, yeah, it's terrible. I mean, like, the Alien series, it's a series ostensibly about sexual violence, in essence.
Yeah.
But it's kind of this, like, equalizing sort of sexual violence. I mean, there's the stuff with Ash in the first one that's, like, genuinely really, really scary. But more kind of complicatedly, like, I don't know, to kind of make... It puts too fine a point on it, almost, it feels like, in the third movie.
Yeah, no, it's a thing where the setting, I think, is a really brilliant idea. Setting it on like setting it on a prison planet
Yeah.
an all-male prison planet carries with it so much of the obvious implications of risk there that I feel like actually making like the risks that explicit and having every character she talks to go, "You don't want anything to do with me, man. I'm a fucker. I fuck people." Like
I
every
fuck
character,
people, but bad.
but every character is just immediately the first things out of their mouths are like, I am a rapist. I kill people. I set women and children on fire. Just like
Yeah.
it's just like you can reel it in. Like you could like we know what this series is about. We get what the implication of Ripley landing on a male prison planet, all male prison planet of people who have not seen women, and because it is a basically maximum security prison planet, probably are there for sexual violence related crimes. You don't have to have literally like 30% of the dialogue explaining that point.
Why not? You know, why not just over labor it? Yeah. So that's.
Also, I mean, I don't want to kick a franchise while it's down. It is an insane crime of writing to have her love interest have this whole mysterious, like, oh, I don't want to say what I'm here for. Oh, gosh, gee. And then it's just, oh, I was a drunk surgeon.
I'm the most fucked up guy in here. I had a shot of Cavazier before I did some brain surgery.
I got off of work, and so then I went. What's funny is like he's like, "Oh, I was a drug addict," but that's not what the problem was. The problem was that he clocked out and went and got drunk, and then they called him in while he was not while he was clocked out.
Yeah,
like the most like, well, that sucks, and that's like pretty awful, but like. That's not like, dude, bro. Every person here has introduced themselves as the rapist. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, your crime is that you were forced to work unpaid overtime.
Yeah. So, I don't know. So basically, in essence, we have this kind of arc of the series from like serious scary to like a goofy action to like serious drama, and then we get to the fourth one, which I guess is kind of an action turn, but they get real goofy with it.
Yeah, this is the one where we get the weird Amelie director doing hard sci-fi with Joss Whedon, but like right around when Joss Whedon was kind of on the up. There's someone else who did the Titan AE script work.
Oh,
so
God.
like he hadn't quite fully refined his extremely annoying writing style yet, but it is all over this movie.
It is very present. Yeah, one thing that I want to ask you, because I know for my own sake, there's kind of an interesting emotional arc to it. When you were kind of first watching the series, what did you think of Resurrection when you got to it?
I feel like growing up, I thought it was the most boring one.
That's interesting, actually.
But revisiting it, I realized that that's because the first like half of the film, I still find kind of boring. But the second half is like so dense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like, this is a film where I feel like a lot of things that basically get introduced and then pay off immediately in like the second and third acts should have been like pulled all the way to the front.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's really like snaky and kind of twisted, weird sort of twisted. No, but like sort of non.
It spends a lot of time with a cast of characters whom we know are disposable because of the way they're written.
Yes. Yeah.
But it just spends a lot of time with them talking about shit that we don't care about because we know that they're all going to die. And most of them do. A surprising amount of them don't. But like the guy they meet like near the third of the act who has the ticking time bomb face hugger in him, that guy should have been brought in earlier. The reveal with Winona Ryder's character, that should have been brought in earlier. Like there's a lot of like payoffs that are like really close to when they're introduced that I feel like if they were introduced kind of earlier on in the script, I think would have been a lot more interesting. Or if the film spent a lot more time with Ripley, and then when she breaks out, that's when she kind of actually properly meets the cast of the space pirates. And not we spend a lot of time with the space pirates wondering why Ripley is not on screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it sets up a lot, and it kind of focuses really hard on this sort of thing happening where the pirates are like bringing bodies on board for their like alien breeding thingy, which this is probably some of the loosest like some of the loosest motivations yet for as far as just like breeding aliens, and probably some of the dumbest guys to do it in the entire franchise, which I guess is kind of on purpose because it's like an extremely goofy movie.
I feel like it's also kind of on purpose because I do like it because it works because it's like 200 years in the future, and so like this would be like tech venture guys reinventing like Enron.
Oh my god.
Like it's that kind of a thing where it's like guys who are like looking at like famously historical disasters and deciding that the problem was just that they didn't do it correctly. And not that like the decision itself was a massive mistake.
And not that the whole thing is just kind of folly.
Yeah.
You know, from the get-go.
Like super funny to have it be that the way the aliens escape is by like wounding one of their own to create the acid blood so that they can escape, which means that these guys who have been like obsessed with and researching the alien did not consider that when it's one of like 3 traits of the alien that are immediately going to be apparent to you is that its blood is made of acid.
Yeah, its blood is made of fucking acid.
And just no thought process about like, well, what if it gets acid on the floor instead of the window?
putting like 3 of them into a cage together is like, we don't even do that with like tigers.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's funny in a way that I think actually works for like the satire of the Alien series.
Oh yeah. Well, to kind of pivot back, like I remember kind of going through the series, and one is far and away my favorite in the series, Alien 1.
Oh, absolutely.
Aliens obviously rules. And when I was kind of like a preteen going through these, I remember really liking Alien 3 at first. So when I got to Alien 4, it was kind of a smack in the face because like it was this kind of rebuttal almost of just like all of a sudden this franchise is actually not worth taking seriously. And these really scary aliens are actually not very scary. And everybody's goofy and everything's goofy. And I just really fucking hated it as like a self-serious teenager. Now obviously my opinion is kind of flipped where like the self-seriousness of the third one like really, really, really grates on me. And the fourth one is just pure gooftacular.
I feel like I'm kind of, I definitely was much more of a 3 fan when I was a kid, because of the fact that it's because of how self-serious it was. I kind of thinking back when I was describing the problems I have with it, I'm realizing I think the reason why I thought it was boring and didn't like it as much is because there wasn't enough Ripley in it.
Yeah.
It was definitely like, oh yeah, I guess as like a teen, a big thing I loved about this series was like Ripley as a character. And like,
Absolutely.
It's not even that like they do her character dirty. Like I think this weird identity crisis Ripley is like a really good choice, but she's just not in a lot of the movie, and it takes a really long time for like her character to kind of be as present as a bunch of characters that are like completely as a bunch of basically alien OC characters.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing that I really struggled with was like not only is there's really no one left for her to like play off of that's like established in the series. She's a clone, so she's kind of like different than she usually is, and it's also like this very difficult thing because it's like, okay, she's been through all of this shit with, especially with the aliens. Like, what else is there for the character to really say other than like the scant stuff that she kind of says in this film? Because there's not really that many scenes with her, technically speaking, and she doesn't really say very much. I don't know, but at the same time, like, I really applaud it because I just, like, I love her character as just being like, well, I already know what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna fucking die. Nobody ever fucking listens to me. This company is fucking stupid. I don't even want to be here. Don't talk to me.
I do absolutely love the scene of her and Winona Ryder's character, though, because it's like they really are basically the two most, like, human characters in it.
Yeah, they are.
And having the two most human characters both be inhuman characters is, like, I don't know, it's a really cute touch.
Yeah.
Also, the two most, like, gendered, the two, like, basically only female characters outside of, I think, the scientist who gets killed, and both being very clearly women with gender things going on.
Can we talk about how gay it is?
Oh, it's T for T, it's T for T and it's Yuri at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally like there's kind of the obvious stuff. There's like the stuff. There's like the knife stuff, which, you know, we can't get enough of as an audience. But yeah, I think like that dynamic that you mentioned is like really, really interesting and important, and it's kind of astonishes me that this isn't more a source of like. I mean, it certainly is, like, the focus of a lot of, you know, fanfic and shit like that. But not quite as much as you would think from how, I don't know, just really interesting. Their dynamic is being, like, a clone for robot romance, technically, you know?
Yeah.
As much as it's not, like, a romance technically in the story, I mean, I don't know. Look at them. Look at these fucking bitches.
Look at the way they interact with each other.
My God. They're gay. I'm so happy for them. They're so fucking gay.
Literally the only character she shows a single iota of emotion or care about.
Yeah, literally.
Besides her own fucked up sun monster.
Well, she flirts real hard. Sigourney, or Ripley does. Because, like, there's also that scene where she grabs Ron Perlman by the tongue.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh. Just unbelievable.
By the way, all-star cast for this. Great. We got Brad Dourif.
Yes.
Winona Ryder. Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Obviously Sigourney. Obviously Miss Weaver.
Dan Hedaya.
That was it. Yeah, like I was like, who's the last guy that I'm blanking on? Dan Hedaya. Yeah.
What a legend.
Again, just a great all-star cast. Would be interested to watch the theatrical cut to see if it cuts down on the Whedonism, because that is the biggest thing that drags it down in this movie.
I was kind of reading up on the special edition version of the movie, and it sounds like it kind of like goes harder as far as like the tone of the film, but there's also just like a bunch of like explainy bullshit that like does not belong in the movie.
Oh yeah,
just shit like Ron Perlman's character talking about like, oh, you know, this is why my gun works underwater, and it's just like, no one cares, dude. Just
yeah, what? Why would I?
Nobody fucking cares.
That's the shit for like the hard sci-fi. The people who are into the Alien series because they like hard sci-fi, which is the most perverted reason to be into the series.
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, Joss the Whedon. I mean, like, okay, it's really not as bad here as it is inevitably going to become. The Whedon nature of this. But it's rough. It's very comic book writing.
Yeah, no, comic book writing is like a great way to play. Again, it's just it's like the weird quippiness of it, the like cartoon characterness of it.
Yeah.
Stuff that can work, but like under Joss Whedon's writing style doesn't. Like, I don't know. It's just, I just keep thinking about like so many, like the line where he's like, I don't get it. That's a waste of ammo. And it's like, I get the bit, but it's also like, what do you talk, dude? It's a lab full of fucked up clones. Like,
Yeah.
you're on a spaceship fleeing aliens that are trying to kill you. Even if you're like, I don't get it because you don't get the emotional resonance of the bit. It's like they're fucked up alien clones. They can kill you.
It's not hard.
It's just a line that's just said to add a little humor to the scene, but it's just not really funny enough to make it work.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, like, Ron Perlman kind of gets treated as the mouthpiece for a lot of these, like, really, really bad lines. Just like, I am not the man with whom to fuck. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, says that. You faced these aliens before. What did you do? I died. Oh, so cool. I'm 15 years old and I'm in the theater and I'm going, whoa!
I could get you off, but not the ship.
Oh!
Which is like also an insane line to respond to. Who do I? Because it already has the quippy line of "Who do I have to fuck to get off this ship?"
Yeah,
but then he goes,
I can't.
"I can get you off, but not this ship." And it's like she already made a sex joke. You can't respond to that with another sex joke.
I mean, I love the presence of Sex Ripley.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Just as like I don't know. It almost feels like. I don't know. They dragged a decent movie out of this script somehow. I feel like some combination of like Joss Whedon's sort of like self-serious goofiness and like Jean-Pierre Jeunet's like vision. Just so there's some weird sort of combo there. I love. There's a lot of aspects of this movie that I love. I love that Ripley fucks the aliens, kind of.
Oh yeah, so here's the thing I learned after watching this movie: the sun alien, the alien man, monster boy, the mother boy alien. That suit has a vagina, and in that scene they had a fully animatronic erect penis that comes out of the vagina. And the director was just like, on second thought, I don't want this movie. So they just digitally removed it. But that thing has a massive boner in that scene. Like, canonically, it's supposed to have a massive boner.
A massive boner and like major labes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at a photo and it's like this creature is like 33% labe.
I was reading about how like they did a bunch of like work so that they could animatronic the puppets, the puppeteer, the tongue into Ridley's mouth. Like it was 100% like, yeah, she's like doing it dirty with her weird thing that such a French move. To have it kill its actual birth mother. Turn to Ripley, a guy go, oh, it thinks it's your mother, and then it just gets a boner and starts licking her face.
I love this fucking line in the Wikipedia article. It's just like, 20th Century Fox was uncomfortable with their genitalia, and eventually Genet changed his mind, saying, even for a Frenchman, it is too much. That is so fucking funny.
That's so, they should have kept it in.
Where's the cock cut? Where's the dick cut? The dick erector's cut. The dick erector's cut. The dick erector's cut. Let's go.
I mean, it's not like what they left in is like chaste and normal.
That's very true.
It's not like you're like, oh, what a totally normal dynamic and way of interacting with this creature that Ripley's having in this scene. No, it's already fucking insane.
Doesn't Ripley like finger Call's like gunshot wound at some point as well in this movie?
Oh yeah, because she's like, you got shot, took it in the chest. I saw you, and then she moves the jacket apart and like sticks her finger into it and like milks out the like white cummy looking goo.
Yeah.
Like she looks at it like it's clear, oh, you're a robot, but then she's just like, I'm gonna stick my finger in there.
Let me get all up in there. Let me see what that's about. What's going on in there? What's this stuff, huh? Yeah. French people are okay sometimes.
I will say the flirty line where she's like trying to make Cheer call up, and she's like, "What do you care about these people?" And she's like, "Because I'm programmed too." And she goes, "You're programmed to be an asshole? You're the new asshole model they're putting out?" That's a cute line. I like that. That's an okay riffy line, because that's what a butch would say to cheer up her femme.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's no end to the lines and the little moments with them. I do think it's like fun writing for Call to basically be like, yeah, basically the only thing that I can do is kill you, and then Ripley kind of turning it around on her and being like, yeah, I could kill you, I could end your suffering or whatever, however the monologue goes. I don't know. Just like a shocking thing to have is just like a really horny, just like a horny dykey turn for Ripley after the horror and trauma of Alien 3. Honestly, it's kind of like fun. It's kind of like flirty and sexy and fun for her to go through like all of this like, you know, historical trauma or whatever and just be like, well, if the aliens are gonna come kill me, I'm clubbing.
Yeah.
I'm bawling. I'm partying.
Just like I know how this story is gonna go, like beat for beat, which is like it on a meta level is also like a really good way to approach your story, is to have the character be like, we know this is the fourth movie, we know what the beats of the story are gonna be. I'm not gonna pretend that like I think anything else is gonna happen.
Yeah, no, seriously, for real. And major shout out, of course, to Sigourney Weaver for making that over the shoulder shot on take one, apparently.
Oh, that's sick.
Something like that. There's like a story on the quadrilogy DVDs that's like, yeah, I practiced it and I practiced it and I practiced it and I figured that on the day of it wouldn't happen, so I kind of just gave up. And then so I just, you know, Jean-Pierre Jeunet said action and I just kind of did it, and then it went in, and everybody freaked out. There's really cute footage on YouTube that people can look up of Ron Perlman like reacting. It's like a small clip from that, basically from that behind the scenes segment or whatever.
Yeah,
where Ron Perlman is like, yeah, they had to cut to a close up of me, like a separate close up of me, because my reaction, I like immediately screamed out like, what the fuck, or something like that. And then you see this shot and it's just like him freaking out and like smiling, doing like a big goofy smile at the camera.
Yeah, oh, that's so funny.
And you can hear fucking Jean-Pierre Jeunet screaming, yes! Yes! In the background.
Movie magic. Movie magic moments.
Fucking magic. Oh, apparently Joss Whedon wasn't a fan of, They said the lines mostly, but they said them all wrong. Joss Whedon was not a fan of the movie when asked in 2005.
Mark of quality right there.
Mark of quality.
That is an insane thing. They said the lines mostly, but they didn't say them right. Motherfucker, you wrote them. Like, what?
No, listen to fucking this. They said the lines mostly, but they said them all wrong, and they cast it wrong, and they designed it wrong, and they scored it wrong. They did everything wrong that they could possibly do. Wow, no, you're so right. I would love to see your vision, Joss fucking Whedon.
Yeah, no,
behind like every shitty, god awful like.
Yeah, what has Joss Whedon done recently again?
Oh my god, he.
The Avengers 2012. Hey, Joss, did they do that one right? Did they do you right on that one?
Did that one come out good, Josh? He's doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
How did Cabin in the Woods come out? Did they deliver your lines right? Did they say them right? In Cabin in the fucking Woods.
Oh man.
Hey, Josh, how did Justice League go? Was that one right? Did they do fucking justice there?
Hey, Josh. Thank you so much for Age of Ultron. Really, really great. Just fantastic movie. Beloved part of just like a beloved franchise. Definitely not the most boring fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Definitely don't wish that I had seen Fast 6 or Fast 5 or whatever the fuck was out then. And now he's doing Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I have absolutely no fucking reason to care about or know about.
Well, he also apparently had accusations of workplace harassment in 2020,
Yeah,
leading to the most let them fight moment of Gal Gadot weighing in on the matter.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah, it was his ex-wife who, basically 15 years of multiple infidelities and...
Oh, I forgot about that. The weird, like, he was, like, living like an indie boy comic.
Oh my god, he's like an
Like,
adult Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
That's pathetic. No wonder his writing sucks.
It is just so funny to be like, oh, literally everything else was the problem except my script, which is the thing that most people who watch movies, like, notice.
It's literally, the script is the worst part of this fucking movie.
He said that in 2005. He said that 3 years before he wrote Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Wow.
And 4 years before he wrote Dollhouse.
I don't like how they killed Christy in Alien Resurrection.
He's the one who gets the acid on his face, right?
Yeah, he gets the acid on his face, and then a dead alien. They kill the alien that's like hanging onto him, and Dominique Pignon's character. But then, wait, why do a lot of these characters have the same first name as their IRL actor? That's funny. But yeah, the alien is just like hanging onto his boot, and he just like is like, I guess I'll just die now. I guess.
Yeah, no, I didn't understand. I will say that was the thing I didn't understand. Like, I was like, what is, like, the director should have changed Joss Whedon's script some more there, because that was definitely Joss Whedon's writing.
Yeah,
because it doesn't make any sense. It's just like, I've been mildly disfigured, and because it's like his friend is struggling to get to like climb the ladder, so he's like, oh, I'll cut myself loose and fall to my death, so you can climb the ladder. But it's like, you can just also like turn slightly and like get off, like cut yourself off of him and then like continue up the ladder.
Yeah, there's
no reason for you to fall. You're on a ladder. The ladder's not destroyed.
CinemaSins moment, but like for real, like, I don't know, just very coming from like a writing perspective of just like, oh, I have to explain this character has to die now. Okay, sure, whatever. I'll just do this.
And then it's like, oh, because he's also too heavy because the dead alien is weighing him down, and it's like, yeah, kick it. It's dead. Like, it's not.
Just like shake your foot around.
Just shake your foot around. You didn't even try that.
Just no, it's over. It had like a very loose grip too. I don't know.
Yeah, like it's that's something where it's like I could understand if like maybe it was like like it had like impaled its hand in him in some ways, so it's like he might die. He's probably gonna die anyway, sort of situation. But it's like you just didn't even try. You just were like, you spent more effort trying to do this other thing instead of the thing that would have helped a lot more.
Yeah. Just very, very, very silly, very goofy. One thing I don't want to go without mentioning is, well, okay, there's just a lot of great Ron Perlman moments here. I'm thinking first off of him shooting the spider.
Oh, I forgot it. That's so funny.
One of my favorite shots in the whole movie.
Bit. Yeah.
That's fucking that one's fantastic, but I also love he's like very, very horny for the entire movie, but the only person that you ever actually see him kiss is Dominique Pignon's character. And I just think that's very special and sweet. I love it when men are gay.
Yeah. Also, you know what? Gotta give this movie credit for having the disabled character be pretty self-reliant.
Yeah, it seems pretty. I mean, like I'd have to talk to somebody more in more detail or whatever, I guess. But
I'm just thinking in terms of like how often movies like this, the character like that is shown to be the like, no, we can't leave him behind, like kind of like very much like the character exists so that the protagonists can be shown to be good guys because they won't leave him behind, even though he's a burden. But he's shown like holding his own literally until he runs into them again.
yeah. Yeah, literally. Like he's fine on his own, and then he's not really like there's nothing that he does that like causes somebody else to die, really. As much as it like the movie does begin or like hints toward this sort of like there's this scene where they're like, yeah, we should leave the you know, the paraplegic behind because he's gonna slow us down, which is of course Ron Perlman's character saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like not only makes it to the end, but he's, you know, just like not it's not super labored over, and it's not super it doesn't feel too much like they're just like, oh, we can feel good about ourselves for having this blah blah blah, having this character blah 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 blah. It's like, you know,
yeah,
he feels like a full character.
He has autonomy in a way that at least I usually do not see characters like him given in movies like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will also the double kill with the chest burster, that was cool.
Oh god.
There's a part of me, the teenage part of me that loved the series as a kid, that still thinks that scene's really fucking cool.
That scene is very, very, very funny. I
know the reason why that guy should have been introduced earlier is because it's like that whole sequence should have had so much more like oomph to it, because this should have been a character we kind of like were a little bit more attached to, because that whole scene is just him being like, I'm fucked, I'm about to die. I'm not gonna go out like you know, just dying as everyone assumes that I'm going to do. I'm gonna fucking take this asshole down with me.
Yeah, I fucking love it. That's such a like central statement of like what this movie is, because like I can't think of anything fucking goofier than that. Just like grabbing someone by the head and having your chest burster like blast through their brain and like all the different layers of it's genius. It's inspired. It's, you know.
Yeah, it's such a brilliant. It is, in terms of goofiness, but this goes too far into goofiness, is only topped by Alien vs. Predator 2's scene where the woman gets the face huggers get into the pregnancy ward, and there's a part where a woman has a chest burster, but then her fetus also has a chest burster coming out of it.
So that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, because like that goes too far into ridiculousness where it just becomes funny, especially because it's played in a very self-serious, like, isn't this fucked up way.
Yeah, AVP2 has some issues, I guess we could say.
I was gonna rewatch it after watching Resurrections, but I couldn't find my DVD case that it's in. So
well, I'm glad that you
look forward to that. Look forward to that. Oh, of course, I have a DVD for it. I don't have. Hey, you know what I don't have a DVD for?
What?
Actually, no, I do have a DVD for AVP, Alien vs. Predator 1.
Psycho.
It's I had to have the whole series. So look forward to that review when a movie with the tagline Requiem comes out. Yeah, when some other late franchise series.
Yeah, when some other like
when Saw Requiem comes out.
Well, or just, you know, the next in you know, when a director gets tapped to kind of, you know, relitigate a kind of politically embattled franchise and, you know, kind of spins out and you know, circles in this sort of really uninteresting not even really worth talking about sort of sequel, then we'll do this bit again.
Yeah. No, I like it. This is a good bit. Okay. I liked the Matrix movie, but I don't think it would be a productive conversation for us.
I don't think it would be a productive conversation for anybody alive.
It's this is a film where when I watched it and I saw that we had such different takes on it, I was like, oh, this will be a fun episode. And then like 2 weeks passed and like literally the entire internet was just people who are on in our camps of opinions arguing about it, and I was like, I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Yeah, it's like everything about it just feels like this sort of sleeper cell thing designed to like demolish the transgender and queer community from the inside out. Not intentionally, not and hey, I will say my hatred, no hatred for Lana, all hatred for basically Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, no,
they can literally die for allowing this to happen.
They make it so not allowing, like forcing it to happen.
Forcing this literally.
Like, there's, I think I will say at the film, the line that is in the movie where it's like, do you remember that interview a couple years ago where you said this? That thing that they say Neo said is like word for word something Lana Wachowski said in an interview several years ago.
Yeah,
that is as like explicit as she is getting as saying like, I did not want to make this movie.
Yeah.
So the only reason I am making it is because otherwise you would have gotten like the Matrix Revolutions directed by, I don't know, the brothers Strauss.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No matter what, we would have gotten something that just, I don't know, something mandated to exist for really, really cynical and
we would have gotten Space Jam 3.
And Space Jam 3. Woo! The movie industry is in healthy shape, folks.
I can't wait to go see Scream 5 this week.
Oh God, that's gonna be great.
It's gonna be. We're gonna a little off topic here, but I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm so interested because there's no way it's gonna be good, but it is the Ready or Not people.
What if it's like good though?
Yeah, like that's what's fucked. Like the Ready or Not is like mid, but like mid is still pretty good in horror. So I'm like, maybe this could be good. I'm trying to go in as low as expectations as possible because it's not going to be as good as an actual Scream film. Right, yeah. Because there's Wes Craven's dead and Kevin Williamson didn't write it, even though he is alive. Even though he is alive and has no excuse, he didn't write it. So there's no way it's going to be good. But I'm like, maybe they got the only people, like maybe they got guys who could do something interesting with it. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably going to be really boring and we'll probably not do an episode on it because it won't be worth talking about. But hey, maybe it'll surprise us. Maybe it'll be so bad we'll do an episode about it.
Hey, maybe when push comes to shove, we'll be screaming right back over these audio waves. When that happens. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about that. Excited about a lot of stuff.
We're getting back into we're getting out of that weird zone where like nothing really worth talking about came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I guess maybe Licorice Pizza, but I still haven't seen it. And I don't know if I want to do an episode on Licorice Pizza.
Oh god. Another conversation that sounds really fun to just dive right into the thick of.
Right.
Try to plant my flag and say, here's my opinion.
Pulling the curtain back a little bit on this, there are so many movies that we saw and we're just like, we're not going to do an episode on this. Now, like we've talked before about like how, cause like a lot of them are like just fucking garbage and boring, like Cruella. But there are so many where it's just like, we just see like, we like put our finger up to the wind and we're like, no, not today, algorithm. I'm not fucking letting you go viral this time. And Licorice Pizza is kind of in that camp. I'll probably see it, and if I think there's something else we could have a conversation about,
yeah,
maybe. I mean, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. Doesn't that guy do like themes in his movies?
Sorta. I guess.
Sorry, I was thinking memes. He does memes in his movies.
He does memes.
I'm gonna drink your milkshake.
I'm gonna drink your milkshake. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's big penis. Remember that one from Boogie Nights?
Yeah, he's a meme filmmaker. He's just in it for the jokes.
Yeah, he's in it for the yucks, the yuck-em-ups,
the yucks and the yums. Thanks for listening to us talk about Alien Resurrection, I guess.
Yeah. It's sorry to everyone who I know had been waiting to hear the heated Matrix Resurrection episode.
Yeah. Sorry about it.
You can blame post people who talk online too much that aren't us for
Yeah.
the fact that didn't come out. Well, actually, sorry, you can blame that and coronavirus because part of the problem is also that after Bruce saw the Matrix Revolutions, coronavirus exploded, so we just couldn't do anything for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was kind of fucked up. It was like, listen, it was a really interesting time around when I was watching it. Same, I'm sure for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Both of us have personal reasons that we're not going to get into on the show, but definitely was all like, we just did not have the time and energy to record for like 2 or 4 weeks, and by the time we did, we were just like, we won't even talk about that movie anymore.
Yeah.
Do you want to wade into that discourse anymore?
Enjoy Alien, everybody. And sorry again, but yeah, again, blame COVID and people on the internet and all cisgender people. Every single cisgender person you can blame. So if you're an ally, I'm sorry, but it's also your fault as well that we're not talking about the Matrix. So sorry. But yeah, hopefully we'll be back. Join us on Film Critters Throws It Back this month as well.
Yeah, we're doing I don't know why I'm knocking on a door. That's the door. That's the architect coming in to wrap our episode up. Blammo, you gotta do a new animation on the screen or something. Yeah, we're doing something. I forget the title that we picked for it, but it's Tubi. We're talking about movies. We're gonna be talking about Tubi, our new favorite streaming service. They're not paying us. I just love that I can find the fucking weirdest and worst shit on fucking planet Earth. It puts me so much back into the mindset of going to like Hollywood Video.
Oh my god, yes, literally.
It literally feels like being back at Hollywood Video, just scrolling through Tubi. So like, I was like, we should just do an episode where it's like 5 weird fucking films I watched off of Tubi recently. That would be like a fun episode.
Yeah, and not to spoil anything, but our patrons, which you can become a patron at patreon.com/filmcritters, but they voted for a little movie called Tartarus, which I'm really, really excited to talk about.
Yeah. So David Wascavage apparently is like a very notable name within like the zero budget filmmaking world.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And having seen Tartarus, I can see why.
Kind of same, yeah.
So yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah, and then we'll have a new one coming up at the end of this month for February. I'm not going to give away what it is, but I'll give you a hint. It's related to this episode, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Fuck it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.